Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an organic chemistry question. And before we start, it's from paper 1 HL from the November 2017 batch. And this is a strictly HL question. Students who do SL don't have to know this concept. But if you are interested, then please feel free to join us when we solve this question. So in this question, they're asking us, what is the product of the reaction between pentene 2-one and sodium borohydride, NaBH4? Now, just off the bat, by looking at this sodium borohydride, you should think very strong reducing agent. So this is a very strong reducing agent. So when you conduct a reaction between pentane 2-one and sodium borohydride, we know that pentane 2-one is going to get reduced. So pentane 2-one is going to get reduced. And just a quick recap, a reducing agent reduces something else and it gets oxidized itself. So sodium borohydride is going to get oxidized and it's going to reduce pentane 2-one. So that's why it's called a reducing agent. You can think of it like a real estate agent. So a real estate agent introduces you to a new house. I know it's a pretty loose analogy, but that's how I used to remember it. So a reducing agent reduces something else, just like a real estate agent shows you or brings you to new homes, if that helps you remember it. So sodium borohydride is a very strong reducing agent and it's going to help to reduce pentane 2-one. Now, if you have studied your previous chapters in organic chemistry well, and by that I mean the SL part, you would have studied the oxidation of organic molecules, which is the opposite of reduction, right? So in SL, we are required to learn the oxidation. So what happens when we oxidize organic molecules like alcohols, right? In this, we are figuring out what happens when we reduce organic molecules. So if you remember some of the, I'm just going to very quickly run through the oxidation concept. I've made 2-3 videos about it before, a while back actually. But if you are interested in learning more about that, please, I would highly recommend you to go do that. Without that, you will find it difficult to understand this. So please go and watch my videos on oxidation of organic molecules, but I'm going to give you a very small, quick summary over here. So when you oxidize primary alcohols, you can get aldehydes. And if you further oxidize these aldehydes, you get carboxylic acids. When you oxidize secondary alcohols, you get ketones. And that's it. You can't oxidize ketones further. There is no oxidation of ketones further. So primary alcohols can be oxidized into aldehydes, and then the aldehydes can be further oxidized into carboxylic acids. Secondary alcohols, on the other hand, can only be oxidized into ketones, and ketones can't be oxidized into anything else. That's the end point for secondary alcohols oxidation chain, I guess. Now, like I said, reduction is the reverse of this process, right? And as you can see, the product that we are reducing over here, which is pentane 2-one, is a ketone, right? Pentane 2-one, ketone. So pentane 2-one looks something like this. Sorry, my apologies. So pentane 2-one looks something like this. And this is a ketone, right? We know what a ketone is. And we know from our oxidation, our knowledge about oxidation of alcohols, that we get ketones by oxidizing secondary alcohols. And what are secondary alcohols? Secondary alcohols are nothing but alcohols on which the carboxyl group, sorry, the hydroxyl group, which is the OH group, is attached to a carbon, which is attached to two other carbons. So that makes it a secondary alcohol. Now, we have got a ketone. They're telling us that we have to reduce a ketone. And like I said, reduction is the opposite of oxidation, right? So if we are reducing something, that means it's going to go backwards and we're going to kind of do the reverse reaction. So oxidation is this. If we go backwards, this becomes reduction. So essentially what we have done over here is when we reduce the ketone, it goes back to being a secondary alcohol. And this is what it becomes. It becomes a secondary alcohol. And that is it. That is all we had to do. It's the reverse reaction. So what organic compound is this? Well, this is pentane 2-ol. The 2 indicates the position of the hydroxyl group, which is the OH group, and it is on the second carbon. So the correct answer for this is B. Hopefully you have understood that. It's a very easy concept to understand. If you know the oxidation of this, if you know oxidation of organic molecules, reduction is very simple. It's just the backwards reaction. So supposing someone told you, what do you get when you reduce aldehydes? Then you would just say, oh, when we reduce aldehydes, we get primary alcohols. And that's it. That's all you need to know. So thank you so much for watching. That's it for this video. If you have any other questions regarding this concept or any other concept, please feel free to message me on my social media, send me an email or put it in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to help you. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in another video with another question. Goodbye.